An injunction is a civil remedy, meaning that it's not a crime in and of itself, although violating an injunction can be a crime. But basically, an injunction is an order from the court that prevents one person from having contact with another. And in the domestic violence context, all of these injunctions were created by the legislature in recent years to combat the issue of what they perceive to be an ongoing, expanding problem of domestic violence in the state. So in Florida, you have a number of different domestic violence injunctions that are available and that people can have to either defend or people can seek. The injunctions are basically domestic violence, dating violence, sexual violence, repeat violence, and stalking. And they're all basically similar in that they have an element of danger to the victim that has to be found by the court before an injunction can be entered. The requirements are a little different for each one, but the process is basically the same. The process involves the person who is we'll call them the victim, going to the clerk's office either at the suggestion of a friend or the police or the state attorney and filling out a sworn pleading called a petition, which is basically an affidavit, a sworn statement alleging that they have been the victim of one of the things that I named earlier. The petition has to meet the statutory requirement for the type of injunction that they're trying to seek, and that petition is then reviewed by a judge, normally within 24 hours. If the judge believes that the person is in imminent danger, the judge may issue a temporary injunction, but they'll always set a hearing a couple of weeks out to have the issue heard by the court and a determination as to whether a final injunction or a permanent injunction should be entered. If the temporary injunction is issued, then the person, after they're served, the person being the respondent, after they're served with the injunction, cannot do any of the things that are prohibited until the date of the final hearing. At the final hearing, the person who the injunction is against will have the opportunity to defend it, and the judge will look at the allegations that are made in the petition and oftentimes talk to the petitioner to see whether the injunction should be granted. It's not going to be a full trial. It's going to be probably at the most about an hour. And it's almost always something that if you are the respondent, you want to have an attorney to defend you against, because having an injunction entered against you can be a very serious thing. It can have a lot of consequences, and a number of bad things are associated with having an injunction against you.